quiet suburbs where I grew up, there was a house located conveniently near the elementary school. It was the residence of Mr. and Mrs. Miller, an elderly couple who became the surrogate grandparents for the entire neighborhood. Because they never had children of their own, their home evolved into a communal after-school hangout. Initially, the attraction was their dog, but even after the animal passed away, the Millers kept their doors open. They provided a safe waiting zone for kids whose parents were still at work. We were treated with unconditional love, warmth, and snacks. It was a perfect system until the dynamics shifted right before I entered the 5th grade. Two boys named Kyle and Jake began visiting the Miller home. They were distinct from the rest of us, carrying an air of trouble that soon manifested in their actions. At first, they were quiet, but their behavior quickly escalated into malicious pranks. They would steal small trinkets or intentionally create messes in the living room. I was the only one who seemed to notice the calculated nature of their disruption. Emboldened by a lack of discipline, they began slipping surprises into Mr. Miller's food and drink. They would stifle their laughter as the poor, half-blind man struggled to understand why his coffee tasted like salt or why there were gummy bears in his mashed potatoes. It was a display of cruelty that foreshadowed a darker turn. One afternoon, the atmosphere in the house felt heavy with unspoken intent. Kyle and Jake were whispering in the corner, devising a contest to see who could put the nastiest ingredient into the food. They vanished into the house and returned with pockets weighed down by hidden items. When Mr. Miller brought out the trays of chicken pot pie and vegetable soup, the boys moved with lightning speed. While the old man's back was turned, they dropped a foreign substance into his bowl. Mr. Miller, oblivious to the danger, invited us to eat with his usual smile. The boys watched with vibrating anticipation as he took his first spoonfuls. The reaction was immediate and horrific. A violent spray of vomit erupted from Mr. Miller's mouth, hitting a young girl sitting across from him. Panic ensued as he collapsed to his knees, vomiting a thick dark liquid before white foam began bubbling from his lips. His body jerked in violent spasms, and he made low, guttural groaning sounds that haunted everyone present. The ambulance arrived too late. Mr. Miller never returned from the hospital. The investigation revealed rat poison in his system, but the official report concluded it was an accident due to his poor eyesight. The case was closed, but the community punished the house with silence. Rumors spread that the Millers served poisoned food, and Mrs. Miller was left to wither away in isolation until she died a year later. The story does not end with her death. Walking past the desolate house one evening, I saw a large, dark shape in the overgrown yard. It was Mrs. Miller, but she had changed. Her eyes were stretched open so wide, they looked ready to pop out of her skull. She was staring, searching for something. I ran home in terror, realizing the grim truth. She knew the poisoning was no accident. Even in death, she remains a restless spirit, eternally looking for the two boys who took her husband away. This narrative serves as a chilling parallel to real-life tragedies like the murder of Sylvia Likens, where the bystander effect allowed cruelty to escalate into murder. Just as in cases of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, the care and trust within a home were weaponized, leading to the destruction of the vulnerable.